What's up, everybody? This is Wyatt Felling. Today, I'm here with my good friends Logan Mullinix and Samuel Foutch. How are you guys doing today?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
Not bad.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Not bad. So we're going to dive into a few different things today. One of those is we are going to be coming back once a month, and we're going to be doing a 30-day challenge. This first challenge is just going to be about like 19 or 20 days. And we're going to be waking up at 5:30 a.m. every single day. Me and Sam, we can talk a little bit about this.
Yeah.
We've been dipping our toes in the water with this a little bit. We've been trying.
It's hard.
It's hard. So
hard.
We were working together a little bit, and we realized that we both were trying to get up early in the morning, and we were having a horrible job.
Terrible job.
At succeeding with that. So we decided to FaceTime each other in the morning, and then if you didn't answer the FaceTime call, you'd owe the other person $5, which $5 to us is a lot of money.
A lot of money.
It's a lot of money. To Logan, it's not.
But it's not only $5, it's ego.
It's ego. Ego is the big thing.
Big thing. When I get about 10 texts getting called a baby or a jerk or, wow, bro, do you really go back to sleep? That's and then the 5, it hurts.
No, it hurts.
It crushes.
It hurts.
That's a really good and smart idea. Just because, like I was talking about earlier, is accountability. That's where people struggle, and doing something like that holds you accountability.
Exactly.
And, I mean, it almost forces you to get up because if I don't get up, I'm going to get griped at.
Right, because me and Sam both realized we're horrible at holding ourselves accountable, and we're good at talking crap to each other, holding each other accountable. So, and then the second step to that is we would have to send each other a picture of the gym like 30 minutes later or whatever, and then if you don't send that picture, you owe $5, and then if you don't send that picture, that means you fell back asleep, basically.
Yeah, and that's happened before too.
We haven't even gotten
5 full days.
We haven't even gotten 5 full days in the week. We always miss 1 or 2.
Mostly Wednesdays, but then we've had Christmas and New Year's, so that's been throwing us off.
Well,
right.
Once you can go 1 week to 2 weeks, then it's golden. Then it becomes a habit. I mean,
You think that? It's been, what, 6 weeks now?
Probably 5 or 6
5 or
weeks.
6
hey,
weeks.
I used to do it a while back.
It's hard, dude. But that's what I was going to hit is when I do it now, like when I get to the gym, do all my morning routine stuff, that day is just crisp.
You know, the day is way better.
Smooth. What Wyatt, quote unquote, said, yeah, when I don't wake up, I just feel like an idiot all day long.
No, like I can't even if I get up, if I sleep in and wake up at like 9 or 10, and I try to come upstairs, or even 8, and I try to talk to people, like I can't even speak.
No,
I personally feel like the whole day is wasted at that point. Yeah. Like I feel like
Something
I just
is
lost.
wrong with me.
your body craves routine.
Something is wrong with me when I don't get up early. So we're going to be kind of going 100% at it, and we're going to be trying to do it every day for the rest of the month.
No, we're going to.
We're going to do it. That's what I meant. That's what I meant to say. I'm going to do it. I don't think Sam is going to be able to do it. I think me and Logan will be able to do it.
I'll do it easy.
That's a bold
Because Sam,
call.
I mean, we were talking about it before the show, and Sam was like, "No, I mean, I just want to do 5 days. Like,
I mean,
5
weekends
days
are
sounds
tough,
good."
dude. Weekends are tough.
If we can make it 8 days, somehow put 8 days in a week, I'll do it. add another day in there somehow. I mean, if you're a wizard, do it.
Well, the thing is, if you once I started getting up at 5:30, how like glorious my sleep was when you would go to bed at like 10 o'clock. Oh man, it was so good.
Do you not feel like super refreshed even though you're waking up at the crack of dawn?
Yeah.
If I get to bed by 10.
If I get to bed by
If I
10.
do 11 or midnight, no, I don't feel
I'm going to bed at
I feel like crap.
12 to 1 in the morning. I mean, and I still somehow feel like, but when I get 8 to 10 hours of sleep, I feel like trash
I
in
agree.
the morning.
When I get too much sleep, I think too much sleep is definitely a problem.
Too much sleep is for sure a problem.
For sure.
I think that's a problem for a lot of people because they're like, yeah, I mean, I get like 10 hours of sleep every night. That's once you get past like that 8 hours, you're going to be tired.
Yes, you are tired from the.
It's not good.
Agree.
So we're going to be doing that the rest of the month, and then we're going to be coming back on at the beginning of February, and we're going to be documenting it and seeing how it went. Like I said, I don't think Sam's going to be able to do that.
That's fair.
But for
That's
the rest
fair.
of the year, we're going to be doing a different challenge once a month. Just a couple that we have on the table are no sugar. We could do no caffeine. I don't know.
That's easy.
No caffeine, I think, is easy.
That's easy.
Oh
What,
my
you think
God.
that's tough?
I mean, coffee.
Oh my gosh, he thinks every single challenge is
You
tough.
guys are crazy. Keep
No,
going.
no,
though.
no sugar is going to be the hardest one.
Think so?
That's
Yeah.
that's a
Dude,
lot of
no
foods.
sugar is hard.
You know how much
yeah,
sugar's
you
in
just have to
There's
be.
sugar.
Okay,
in
can we have
everything.
natural sugar? Because like I mean, foods you got
Fruit.
I was gonna say no sugar at all. Like in like
you know how hard that is.
No fruit. What do you want me to eat? Salad every day?
Yeah, like a salad. So
give me some food options at least.
But fruit. Nobody knows this. Fruit and fruit are not completely natural. Like they've been genetically modified.
They're
over
processed
the years,
still.
and now they're still processed.
Well, I'm curious.
So then, what's the difference between if you get orange juice at the store? There's so much sugar in that, dude.
True.
There's so much sugar in that.
True.
As long as we do not go vegan, I'm good.
Yeah, well, I think we should just go straight no sugar.
Okay, so what's some food options?
Dude, salad.
Okay.
With
salad with
on
what
it,
though?
Chicken.
A head of lettuce.
Can I not have any dressing on it?
And then smoothies? No.
Oh my gosh.
And then smooth. I don't even put dressing on my salad.
You can eat ice.
Ice, yeah.
Ice. There you go.
What else? Give me some.
I
Eggs.
can give you
eggs.
eggs.
I can eat eggs.
You can eat
That's all I'm
eggs.
gonna eat.
Smoothies.
Broccoli.
Broccoli's
yeah.
Broccoli's good. But then like a dinner would be like you could have like salmon or chicken with like vegetables on the side. You could have rice.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad.
There's some options on
What
the table.
about like a no salt?
As like a challenge?
Yeah, I mean, I don't put salt on a lot of things, but
I put salt in my eggs, but I can
I put salt in my eggs.
I can cut that out.
There is salt in a lot of stuff though.
Right.
The thing is everything has like the environment has been like set up
Modified.
to give people sugar, and like everybody is so addicted to sugar, like you don't realize how much sugar is in every single like food on a daily basis.
Well, and what's even worse is
everything is processed. Almost everything is processed.
right. Here's the thing: should we set up a repercussion for the person that did the worst?
We should probably do that.
I think we should do that. I mean,
sucks.
hey, just that.
What is it?
I mean, we can decide that maybe at another time or something. Maybe it's something where you get embarrassed or whatnot. But have a repercussion, because then it's like it's a battle, it's a war, because whoever loses has to face the consequences.
Yeah, that's
What's
fair.
so Joe Rogan does Sober October. I don't know what the loser does in that,
I don't either.
but they do something.
Yeah.
So we'll figure that out as we go.
No, but I wanted to say, sorry to interrupt,
no, you're
is
good.
how if you go into a grocery store, most things that are really cheap are the things that are loaded with sugar.
Yeah.
Like all those sweet, like you can go and spend $20 and then have the most fatty, sugary foods, but be cheap, but then spend $100 and be that. Like that to me,
I know,
that's
it's
crazy.
It's completely
To
backwards.
save money, you have to let go of your health and your body.
That's why recently I've been eating like more unhealthy, just because I don't want to spend the
cheap,
money.
yeah, it's
and
crazy.
like I was eating really, really healthy. Like I would have a salad every day, a smoothie, and then I would have like salmon or chicken with
And that's so
vegetables. And it was
expensive.
dude, I was
So expensive.
The bank was breaking.
Right. Yeah. You can find different meals and stuff that are cheap. And I used to do it in the past, and I still meal prep to this day. But
meal prep, yeah, that's
if
big.
you compare it to, right, you have to meal prep to save money. But if you compare it to what you're doing and spending money at fast food or doing the different places, I was just speaking the other day. Think about when you go to McDonald's or Taco Bell, you're spending $5 to $10 minimum.
But McDonald's is good.
I can
like McDonald's.
I meal
Dude,
prep.
McDonald's is
I meal
so
prep
good.
burritos right now, and I can meal prep a full 7 days of breakfast burritos for like $7, $5.
Really?
Where are you buying your food?
Yeah.
Kroger.
That's where I go.
Yeah, that's where
We
I
must
go.
be
You know what it
different
is?
aisles.
No, you know what it is?
in
It's
different
it's
aisles.
simple. So it's the same thing every day, and I meal prep it. I get the tortilla. It's a burrito, eggs on it, and then some pico, which the pico is the most expensive thing at like $3, 3 something, and then some sort of sriracha sauce on it or hot sauce, and that helps with kind of like burning your calories and getting your metabolism going. But also sometimes I will add, just to be a little cheat type thing, 1 strip of low sodium bacon on it, and then I wrap it up, and then I tinfoil, and then I stick it in the freezer.
Are you a personal trainer on weekends?
Hey, maybe so, but
That tortilla though, carbs.
Yeah, that's what I was
A lot
it
of
is
carbs.
so good though. And
Yeah.
think
Tortillas
about
are
going to
so
McDonald's.
good.
Is that better than going to McDonald's or Taco
No,
Bell
I
or
know
Steak
that's
and
better
Shake?
than going to McDonald's, but we could do that as another month is no carbs because
Yeah.
pasta, bread, tortillas, all that stuff, people think that like a sandwich is healthy, but like white bread and wheat bread are so bad for you.
Carbs are bad for
They're
you.
not made for you.
When-
Your body does not know what to do with them.
I went on a no carb diet one time, and I lost it was like 12 pounds in a month.
Yeah,
I believe
so.
it.
Okay, we'll go no sugar, including natural sugars.
It's crazy.
No, it is crazy, but that's what
So it's no fruit?
that's what we're doing. No fruit.
Wow.
Fruit's a dessert, dude.
Yeah.
Dessert.
It is.
Here's the kicker.
eat a
What
lot
I
of
mentioned to them is I think at the end of this, when we're wrapping up, maybe it's at the end of the year or in 6 months or whatnot, with all these challenges, we do it all in 1 month. So everything that we just did over the last 10, 11 months, we have to include it into one last month. And then that's going to be the breaking point for so many of us.
Okay, we'll go. You want to go December?
Probably.
Where we wrap everything up.
No. Let's stop it a little early because think about the holidays.
Yeah, you got Christmas.
Yeah,
you got New
yeah.
Year's. That's what me and Sam with the 5:30.
That-
We were trying to do it every single day, and then we're like, but Christmas is coming up, and then New Year's is
That's
coming
what
up.
got
Thanksgiving is coming up.
I say we stop. Like the last month is November.
That's fine with me.
That's fine.
Just because you know how hard it is through the holidays. I have like 4 different Christmases I go to.
There's a lot of cookies there.
Yeah, it's a lot of cookies, a lot of pie, and
Alcohol.
I don't drink
You
like
guys
that.
don't drink at all.
Yeah. I stopped drinking a while back, and that changes your life really. I was just listening to another podcast and kind of going over and Mike Malak off of Impulsive and Logan, which is my favorite guys. I mean, Team Maverick, rep. But they're talking about what's the point of drinking?
Okay, and then so yeah, those are a few different challenges. Can you guys think of any other ones? I mean, no social media would be like.
Oh,
Wow.
that's my bread and butter. I make money off that.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if that's
That
on
would
the
be
table.
awesome. though.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
That would be so
If I-
awesome.
I've told people
it's a cleanse. I've done it before where you stay off for a week or two and let me know how hard it is because
Oh my
your
gosh.
natural habitat
I'd be
is
down to do
sweat
that
butt.
one over.
Yeah, no, I would be down.
I would
to
be
do it.
down.
The thing is,
would
I've told
lose.
people if I was in like a business that didn't need social media, which they're out there, I would not have those lights just turned on.
Yeah,
I
I
would
saw that.
not have social media because I hate it.
For sure.
I hate
I
it.
1000% agree, but my lifestyle and the life I've created has to use social media for things I'm doing.
I'd be down to do it.
I'd be
Wyatt.
down.
I will lose that, just saying, but
You can opt out. And Wyatt and I can.
Yeah, and then you can do the punishment, whatever we have.
Yeah, I would.
because you know how hard it is when you're posting 4 or 5 times a day and then you just disappear for 1 month.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but if you announced it and you made it people known, I mean, it would still take a hit, but
How-
still.
How and your engagement, you got to think of that. That's
Yeah,
when
your
I did
engagement would take a
my
hit for
my
sure.
engagement took a big hit when I took 2 weeks off. Big hit.
Okay, let's talk about
That's when it started dying.
Let's talk about Instagram real quick. Speaking of engagement, if somebody, so my feed right now, I mean, I'm following, I don't know, maybe 300 or 400 people. Like, I want to see like all these cool people in Indianapolis like doing stuff. I want to see what they're doing.
Yeah.
But nobody comes on my feed. It's like 3 people.
Really?
Yeah, and it's because they're posting consistently. And I mean, it's obviously because those big advertisers have like taken over that spot because like it's like it'll be a post, and an ad, and a post and a post and an ad.
It goes 2 and then 1
Yeah,
ad.
it's horrible.
Sponsored.
It used to be like 10 posts and then
And then
1
an
ad.
ad, yeah.
They're just taking an inch by inch. They're taking that space from people. And if one of those people doesn't post for like a day or 2, then they're going to get off my feed. So like it's because they're consistently posting.
Yep.
But like I hate Instagram now because my feed is horrible.
It is. It is literally 2 posts, 1 ad. And
It's
the ads
horrible.
are just. Do you ever look? I look at the ads for just to study them, and it's. I mean, they let Joe Blow on those ads.
I
It's
think
crazy.
it shouldn't be businesses as ads. Like, I think it'd be a lot better if it was actual creators that are promoting their stuff. So you're still seeing people in Indianapolis
Yeah.
or whatnot.
I don't know if they can do that because it's kind of you'd be kind of discriminate.
Right. Well, the thing is, Instagram is obviously dying off because people are eventually not going to want to get on that platform if the content isn't good. Like right now, everybody's going to TikTok because the content is actually way better than Instagram. And those advertisers haven't got on there. One sec. But the thing is with Instagram, Facebook and Zuckerberg, they could... He could extend like the lifetime of that by taking less money and by having the content good again. But it's money. What is he supposed to do? Is he not supposed to take those millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars by big advertisers? He's got to take that money, right?
Yeah.
You know what it all comes back to is with social media, it's power. So why does Facebook buy social medias? So something does not pop off and outrun them like TikTok did. TikTok kind of slipped by. So, and they didn't think it was going to be anything. And then look at it now. I mean, worth $75 billion. But think about Vine. Twitter saw Vine that was exploding. I mean,
Twitter,
being the next thing.
They bought Vine?
Yeah.
Vine?
They bought Vine and shut it down.
Yeah, Vine took a hit, dude.
That's crazy.
Because they knew Vine was going to be something just absolutely mind-blowing. And
Why would Vine sell? Why would Vine sell to them?
if you got an offer, and they sold, here's the kicker. They sold for very, very, very cheap, I believe.
Oh, for sure.
I think it was
They
like
were-
50 million or less.
Yes, because they were so early.
What if you built an app worth $50 million, would you sell it?
No, because if I waited 5 or 6 months, it would be worth 5 times.
Right. Here's where they went wrong. That's where my whole thought is as well. Is they could have sold it, got that $50 million, but still got a stocks within the company or got a percentage or whatnot within the company. That's what the owners and the people that created Robinhood, they sold at like $300 million. But they got a percentage, and I believe they still, I might be wrong, they might still work at Robin or the company. Now it's worth $7 billion just 2 years later.
E-Trade for the win, by the way.
Yeah.
Do not like Robinhood.
Yeah, Robinhood's, I don't even use Robinhood too much. I mean, but I still have an account and I have some money in there, but I don't personally trade on it a lot.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens with Instagram. In my opinion, it's going downhill for sure.
Did you guys see what Gary Vee said?
About TikTok?
About social media in general.
No.
Did you see it?
Where he said insecurities?
Well, no, that he said he thinks that social media will start charging to be on the platform.
Oh, for sure.
So Instagram might be $5 a month or $10 a month or $1 or 99 cents or whatever.
I mean, think how much that would be.
Oh, it's hundreds of millions of dollars a month.
A lot of money.
Take 1 billion users times $1. That's $1 billion a month.
Yeah, a month. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
And that's if
a lot
it's
of money.
$1. That's why I always say subscriptions, memberships, and all that. If you could have 100 million users at $1, you're making $100 million a month.
Residuals.
Let
that
So
flow.
you're telling me TikTok is worth $75 billion?
Yeah, we looked it up.
That's the
together.
last thing.
We're in an era where every single tech company is worth so much. I don't buy that. I mean,
Yeah, I know. How do
we're
they
not going to
validate
be in
that?
this era forever.
Look it up.
$75 billion.
This is not going to last, dude. After the whole WeWork thing, this is
WeWork.
is another thing where everybody's looking at like the companies that they call unicorns, and they're saying that they're worth so much, and they're not. How much money is TikTok making? I know they can make a lot, but how much money are they actually making? At the end of the day, the balance sheet matters.
The valuation and everything. And same thing with like Robinhood. Where's the valuation coming at? Robinhood's a little bit different in platforms like that because you're investing money but TikTok, it's so many users is what it is.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, they are running ads though. So
Think
they're
about
making money.
so
I know
you
they are
have
running ads.
500, 600 million users. If you made $10 off of each one of those users, you sold them a product. You sold them. Think about how much money that is. That's how I look at it.
I know, but I just think this whole thing will end where all those companies are valued at so high after the whole WeWork thing. I think it's another.
What is the WeWork thing? What are you talking about?
WeWork was they're a co-working company, right? And
Huge co-working.
Huge. But for some reason, they were valued as the third highest tech company in the world, a tech company. They're a co-working company. Their whole business model, all they didn't even own a building. All they did was like they would rent out this space behind us, and then they would charge for co-working memberships. And they did this across the country. I don't know. They had probably like 40 or 50 locations or whatever. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. And they were valued at so high. I mean, past like Netflix and past all these companies. And obviously they weren't even making like that much money. I don't even know if they were profitable. I don't think
they were struggling.
They weren't profitable, and they were valued at this high. This is what I'm saying.
I see exactly.
Well, did you?
It's not going to last,
Right?
And so now WeWork is like going. I mean, they're going down. They're bad. Like it's really bad. They're selling. They're having to sell like their locations and stuff like that. But it's the same thing with. It's the same thing with Netflix. It's the same thing with Uber. You think that their user base is so big, but there's other players in the game. There's Lyft, and then with Netflix now there's everybody. Disney Plus, HBO,
they're coming hard.
Hulu. Oh my gosh, Netflix is in huge trouble. And you think that they have these huge user bases, which they do, but Netflix has not made a dime yet. Uber has not made a dime yet. I don't think any of those guys are going to win.
No,
honestly.
Going off of what your point is, at $75 billion evaluation, who's going to buy you? Yeah. Of course, there's big players like Facebook and,
Who has
and Google.
$75 billion?
They can do it. There's been companies bought for $100 billion, $150 billion. But who is going to drop $150 billion that's not making money? That's not showing a potential to make money. Now, like I said, that's where social media might be going, where it's going to charge to be on the platform.
But I don't know. I just think that this might, because obviously we're in a period of time where the economy's been good for 11 or 12 years, and the average length is 10 years before a recession. I think all those companies being valued at stuff, when the numbers start to not making sense, that's when you have problems.
Exactly.
And I think that might have a big effect on the next downfall of the economy.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
It's coming.
It's coming. I don't know what's going to be the kicker. I do think there's still a lot of like juice left in this economy because it's really good.
Flourishing.
But I mean, it's going to be down at some point. I
Just
don't know
history,
what. Yeah, I don't know what the problem is going to be though.
I don't either.
There are so many big companies out there.
Student loan debt.
Oh, student loan debt's another big thing.
That'll be why probably kids
Right,
are
because
foreclosing their homes.
like Gary Vee was saying, when some kid who is making like $40K a year drives like a Mercedes and has like a big
that'll
house,
be the big
that doesn't-
kicker.
Yeah. So I mean, there's student loan debt. There's all these companies being valued way higher than they actually are. Just like the .com era, it's really similar. Maybe not as bad. It might be worse. We don't really know, but that's another thing.
Let me give you a story actually real quick.
Yeah.
So I was actually paying my tuition, and so there was an e-check option and a credit card option. And I forget what the other option was. And I went on to do, because I pay with my Visa debit card, right? And I went on to pay it, and there's a $130 service charge for that, right? So I called the bursar's office, and I'm like, hey, like, is there a way to get around that? And yes, you could do the e-check option, and you can put in your card because we were doing a third party. That's why they were charging me. And I just asked them, like, hey, like, how many kids don't call, like, take the time to call and like pay that service charge? And like, he started chuckling. He's like, I got one better for you. I have kids that pay like, say, $7K in tuition on a credit card, and then not knowing about how much percentage like interest is on that credit card. And then he also said, he's like, but yes, on the service charge, dude, I can't give you the number obviously, but it's insane.
Nope. So everybody just pays it.
Pays $130. That was, it's probably fluctuate. Like that was from what my but it's like, they didn't even care.
There's so many.
These people have nobody over them giving them any instruction.
And that's
or
what I was
anything.
about. Yeah. It's like, I can't blame those kids because it's either bad parenting.
They don't know any better.
It's schooling.
Or
I just was blessed
or they don't
with,
think there's a way around it.
yeah. Or yeah. And that's another,
that's
it's
the
lack
big
of
thing.
information.
It's
yeah.
like I have to pay $7,000, $10,000 in tuition, but I also have to pay this $130 service fee just for being so much and doing
Exactly.
it. But they don't know that.
I
there's
just took the
probably
time and
ways around
called.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it does say e-check. Like that to me.
mean, they just don't know any better. I mean, they've lived their whole life basically in like a one size fits all school system, and they're putting in this. They've been put in this box, and they're doing what everybody else is doing, and they're doing what people are telling them to do. So then, once you get past high school and you actually have those big decisions that are going to affect you for the rest of your life, you're still just doing what everybody else is doing.
Someone could put 10 minutes of work in, probably like you did. Just Google it. 5 minutes work.
Google it.
Google
Make a phone call.
Make a phone call.
Make a phone call.
5-10
Save
minutes.
100.
But they're just not like skeptics at all. They're not questioning anything. They're just so like conforming.
Well, they go, this is how I was told to do it, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
That's what they did in a classroom.
Right.
Yeah.
They gave you an assignment and you did it. And if you messed up, like messing up was bad in school.
Yeah.
Messing up is the best thing you
Best
can
thing
do.
you can ever do. Mistakes.
You learn from your
incredible.
mistakes.
Like them messing up on an assignment is the same thing in their head as calling this guy for the service fee and this guy saying, no, you have to pay the service fee. That's messing up in their mind.
Yeah.
That's the same thing as getting an F.
To me, I was so happy. I was just like, yeah. Like I was ecstatic. I called. Yeah.
That's the same idea.
I mess up every single day, dude. Like just at working at my dad's
it's
business
constant.
every day.
Well, it's a business. It's like tripping over tables
All
just like
day
all day.
long.
I tell people if you get into business or anything in general, I guess,
Negotiation.
and you do not mess up once, you don't fail once, you'll be a trillionaire, a multiple trillionaire. I mean, if you do not fail, I mean,
Yeah, dude. So I don't know, but that's a whole nother topic.
I just wanted to bring that in because
Yeah.
it was just
No, that is
it was
crazy.
crazy. It was mind boggling. It was just funny. I could like how he's laughing. He's like, dude, the amount of because he probably had the numbers. He worked there, and he's just like the amount of kids who not only pay this fee, but will just slap the whole $7,000 worth of tuition on a credit card. Pay the interest.
3, 4, 5%
Yeah,
interest on
when-
it. I mean, if not more.
When they probably could even got a loan and
I
there's-
can't even.
you could
listen to this.
structure a loan probably to where like
can't-
anything but a credit card.
and it can help your
Credit card's like 25% sometimes.
I can't
It's
even listen to
insane.
this.
It's mind boggling.
This is so
I
bad.
just recently saw this the other day.
But that'll be the recession. That's what I'm gonna call it. Is the recession will all come from student loan debt, but then kids, like you mentioned, not making enough and then buying things that they can't afford all day. Yeah, for sure.
What were you saying, Logan?
Yeah, what were you saying?
I just saw something the other day, which I don't know if you guys have seen this or not. There is a massive, massive, massive company, billion dollar company that we all have. Can anybody take a guess what it is?
What about it?
Yeah.
Give us some hints.
It's tiny and it's an accessory or it helps. It's something in the clothing industry. And I guarantee everybody has at least 5 of these. You probably will not get it, but it's $1 billion company.
Do you wear them?
Yes.
Glasses.
It's part of a clothing product.
Shoelaces.
It's kind of something like that.
Belts.
Nope.
Sam, you got
You give up?
No, I got nothing.
A zipper. There's $1 billion company, YKK, makes zippers.
So is it like a monopoly on zippers?
Yeah.
It's like I just realized it, and I looked at I saw it online, and then I went home and I started looking at 10 different pieces of clothing that I have. Just 10. I could have looked at way more. And 5 to 7 out of the items, I can't remember the exact. I think it was 6 or 7 had the YKK on it. Zipper.
Really?
Yeah.
Speaking of Monopoly, have you seen PepsiCo? How many different
They own all of them. They own a lot of them.
besides Coke, I think.
Right.
Coke owns a lot of them too. I mean,
Well,
that's like
No, that's how businesses are. They get so big, and then they buy their competition to either shut them down or to bring in that part of revenue. Because think about it, if Coke could buy Pepsi, which it would never happen, or Pepsi buy Coke,
Yeah.
they are the only brand out there really then. Because
Right, so
there's all those little brands underneath Coke and Pepsi.
But who's bigger, Pepsi or Coke?
I think Coke is.
Coke, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Coke is.
I think so.
Because
I don't
think
know.
about how long
Don't
it's
quote
been
me.
around for. Too,
I
as
think
well.
Coke's bigger too.
We have Google, don't we?
Yeah,
We do have Google.
We have this thing called Google, right?
But another thing, do you know how big Disney is?
Oh
Speaking
my
of,
gosh,
Monopoly.
it's huge.
Disney, I mean, I know they own Fox, Marvel. Obviously, he said theme parks. They're just way bigger than people seem. And
crazy.
there's Disney. Okay, answer this. Who do you think is going to be in the most control in the next 20 years? Google, Disney, Apple, or Amazon?
Amazon.
I'm going to disagree.
What do you think?
Can we add Facebook in there? I'm just kidding.
You could add Facebook in there as a fifth. I knew there was one
There
more.
is a lot of different problems with all of these companies, I think, and there's a lot of different scandals and different things that I personally think that they're doing right and doing wrong that will kind of answer that question. But Disney might possibly be up there as that possible one. Now, the only thing that I think they're lacking is that tech side of things. Now, they obviously have a huge tech, but the thing about Google is everything is Google.
Yeah.
I would say I would say Google.
Google has so much information.
I probably would as well, but they're also I think they lack a little bit, and they're starting to tap into it because think about they just launched the Google phone, all of that type of stuff.
Yeah. Pixel, it's good. They're doing good.
They're doing great, but where's the money coming from? That's my thing.
Google, it's 90% Google AdWords.
Right, it's Google Ads. So if they could keep doing what they're doing with releasing
That's
product,
all their money.
yeah.
Basically,
Where do
it's
they
90%?
make? Where do they get money from?
Dude, they own they have most of the internet.
Yeah,
basically.
true.
Everybody uses Google. When you get a Windows computer, you download Google Chrome.
True.
Google,
My dad says all the time where he thinks Facebook is going wrong is they could create. They're so big now they could create their own search engine.
that's what Gary Vee said they're going to do.
Really?
Yeah, but speaking of those big companies,
Same as Amazon.
the scary thing is, which it's like a law basically, is no company is going to be around forever. So the scary thing
That's
is
a law?
Yeah.
And you can't be a monopoly. It's illegal to be a monopoly.
that, yeah.
That's the government has shut down different deals and stuff.
Yeah.
So Google, Facebook, listen to this. Google,
Toronto,
Google, Facebook, Disney, all those companies are going to fall eventually.
100%. And then that's when the birth of young companies come in, and
They're going to fall because there's a 10-year-old girl across the country right now that knows how to do it better in 50 years.
Yeah,
Because it's literally impossible to evolve and adapt to the landscape over time, because companies think of obviously Rockefeller got split up with Standard Oil and stuff, but GE was the biggest company in the world, and they're struggling right now.
Really?
That's what I have is innovation is
I
huge.
bought their stock, by the way, but
GE.
yeah, I shouldn't have.
It's 10 or 11.
Yeah, it's 11 now.
Yeah.
I need to buy some
I bought
stock,
it at 14.
actually.
I'll show you how to do that.
I'll
My
show you how to
buddy
do it as
gave
well.
me some stocks to look at, actually.
But
You guys
no,
wanna know.
innovation is huge. Name any company right now, and I'll think of something how they innovated. Just name a company.
These two, Wyatt.
Let me see this.
He's the one who trades stocks. He told me that would be a good swing trade.
So what do you mean swing trade? Short term?
I looked it
Dude,
up.
Your stuff, I wouldn't. I'm not.
Why?
I'm never gonna do
Why?
short term stuff like that.
No, I do long term stuff
Okay.
too. No, I do.
Okay.
There's you have scalping, you have day trading, you have swing trading, you have position trading, and I mean
Right.
all of it. Which
Right.
there's people that hold trades for months, days, even sometimes, weeks.
All I see is McDonald's right here, Sam.
It's Bed and Bath. I believe.
Bath
Bed Bath and
Oh
Beyond.
my
That's a
God.
retail.
That's stupid.
Or,
stupid.
let me see.
Stupid.
McDonald's wouldn't be a bad buy.
Um,
McDonald's churns money, dude.
No, Beyond Meat is what it is.
hold on. Going off McDonald's, have you ever seen a McDonald's closed, like shut down?
Yes.
No,
I have not.
No.
I have never.
I have.
I've seen Wendy's. I have seen Taco Bell's. I have seen Burger
I've
King.
never
I have
seen
seen Dairy Queen.
McDonald's.
Every other place, I have seen them shut down a location. I have never once seen a McDonald's shut down for good.
Oh, shut down. Oh, I thought you meant just like close.
You know-
No, shut down for good. Have you ever seen a
I've
McDonald's
never
shut
seen
down?
McDonald's
I've
shut down.
Never.
Their operations are so good,
Mm-hmm.
and they make all the food they have is good.
Operations are systems,
Cheap.
dude.
Yeah.
You ever sit there like when you're getting your food and watch it?
Have you watched the documentary on McDonald's?
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful. I love it. Have you?
Beautiful.
Founder on
Incredible.
Netflix.
Oh, I have
movie.
watched
It is.
that. No,
I
do like
love
that.
it.
Love that movie. Incredible movie.
Yeah.
But no, I do that when I'm about to get my food. I try to watch it, and they just have I don't know. They're
Going back to innovation, McDonald's innovated
my
the whole
gosh.
fast food process.
Yeah.
yeah, they did.
Nice Maserati.
And now they're adapting and they're also innovating with their screens.
Yeah.
With because they don't
Yeah.
you don't
Mobile
need-
ordering.
and it's
Yeah.
scary because all those cashiers gone.
Yeah,
Any fast food restaurant, any place, honestly, because when I go to Kroger or Walmart, those lines
Self-checkout
where you're
all day.
yeah, those lines where you're waiting
All day.
are slowly every single time
Bank
there's
tellers.
one less and one less and one less.
bank
All
teller's
those-
gone.
All those jobs are gone.
Yeah.
Because why do I have somebody listening to my order and type it in
Yeah,
the computer
yeah,
when I
yeah.
can just tap a screen?
Car salesman gone.
Check this.
Real estate agents gone.
That I just recently saw like a couple weeks ago where I forget where it's somewhere in the United States, but there is a grocery chain that has integrated shopping carts with scales in them, and you can also ring up your product directly in the shopping cart.
That's just so they get you to buy quicker. Because the quicker
Yeah.
they get
It
you
helps
to
with the
buy,
whole
more money
process and
they
everything. I
make.
mean,
Crazy.
and it's got a little screen on it, a scanner in the shopping cart.
That
You
is
just place it
crazy.
in there. It weighs it. It scans it. When I think you still have to go to the checkout. But what I told my dad is eventually I think it's going to get to the point where you pick up something off the bananas, scan it, put it in the shopping cart, and then when you're done shopping, you just walk out the
It's
door.
gonna get to the point where I just look at a banana and it's gonna be like
you
already-
pay directly on the shopping cart and you just walk out the door.
That's wild.
No, that is wild. Okay.
Innovation.
Obviously, we're heading into 2020, so I wanted to touch on 2019 for both of you and just kind of see how 2019 went for you and then what you're looking to change for 2020. Sam, you can go first.
What am I looking to change?
Year in review, 2019.
Year in review for 2019?
Yeah.
Shoot. Year in review. Like what I did or just
How everything went, what you did,
How-
summary, and then we can talk about heading into 2020.
it went well. Implemented a lot of good habits. Worked for my dad. Got stronger as an entrepreneur, learning that industry, that niche. But definitely have been dialing in on real estate. Just not even saying that I'm actively pursuing it, but just knowing in my own mind that that's where I need to go. That's where my money needs to go. That's where my mind needs to go. That's where my energy, my time, real estate.
Real estate?
Real estate's
What type of real estate?
yeah. So I'm thinking just homes. I don't know what side. Blah blah
Good.
blah.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Homes.
You've done some research.
Property. I want to get into property.
You've done
Property.
some research. On
But
this, dude.
no, listen. I really do have a good plan.
You're ready.
Shut up. But so just your homes. Take those homes, right? And then I want to slap them into Airbnb, run it through that so I can make more money on those homes. But then
In a housing
shout out
edition.
to Andrew Walker. I want to create another company that does because as we all know, real estate needs fixing. Everything breaks, sinks, water heaters.
Things do break. For
Things
sure.
do break. So I'd like to have another company like Andrew Walker's where it will fix my renovations for the property. So I thought about it a little bit, but yeah, definitely real estate.
You don't know how to be a billionaire off that idea? Innovate some things. Find out how to look at the future because everyone's already currently doing that. So you got to figure out how you can look 5 years ahead, 10 years ahead to fix the problems that have not happened yet or automate it and just kind of innovate the whole industry and process.
Sam, you also started a podcast in 2019, Just Two Entrepreneurs, and then it
was that 2019?
It came crashing down. We didn't even know each other before that, did we?
Man,
you'd be
That's
surprised.
2019. Doesn't that seem like so long ago?
Yeah.
I've known you since probably 2018.
Think.
I mean,
Sam, I still
about it.
remember. Listen, to this.
Let's talk about Just Two Entrepreneurs.
I still remember. So there was a networking event. Novelty Growth is a company.
You remember that? That was the first time we met.
Here. There was a networking event, and I saw some kid, and he had like a collared shirt.
Yeah,
and I was like, it wasn't buttoned all the way up. I remember that.
this kid's a train wreck.
It was buttoned down. And I was like, "Who's this guy?" He was, I think he was probably drinking a beer, talking to.
I wasn't 21.
You weren't?
No, I was 20.
You were 20.
Couldn't drink.
Okay, but anyway, I just remember the outfit so clearly.
Yeah, I still got the pictures. I posted about it. Shouted you out.
So then, I met him there. I remember he was saying like,
I remember showing you my notes about my podcast.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah, I remember him saying, I work for my dad. I'm a college dropout.
Back in college, by the way, finishing that.
Yeah, now he's back there. But he showed me his notes on his podcast, and I was like, dude, I take notes on my phone too. Do you remember that? That's what I said too.
You're like, I was like showing you what they were, and like, I agree with the student loan debt because that was probably one of the notes.
And we thought we were like revolutionaries.
Oh man.
And then fast forward, it probably took like a few months.
Probably, yeah.
And then we started a pod.
Because I interviewed you a couple times because we had 4 interviews, I swear, where we couldn't get the camera working.
So your podcast. No. So you interviewed me on your podcast.
Yeah.
You can explain your podcast.
Oh, yeah. So, it was where I just interview anybody for fun. But now I've dialed it back to where I just want to interview entrepreneurs and real estate investors to hear how they did it. That's where the quote unquote process comes into play. But yeah, no, I interviewed Wyatt probably 4 times straight. Either the battery was dead, the cap would still be on the camera wouldn't have played. It was fun.
Remember when we shot a podcast, all of us?
That's what we were talking about.
We're going to talk about that as well. Sam interviewed me. Keep going.
So we did all that, and then I think it was your idea, Wyatt.
It probably was my idea. I was like, we got to start a podcast.
We got to start a podcast together. $50 per episode.
$50 per episode in ad spend.
That would have been a train wreck.
Never spent $1 on it.
I gave you money for the ads, though. Remember that?
Did I keep that?
No, I got it back.
Oh, you got it back?
I got it back.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it back. But yeah, so we made a logo. Gosh.
The logo sucked, too. Everything about it was trash. The name,
Hey.
Just Two Entrepreneurs.
Ooh.
My dad, I remember my dad telling me, because he saw it on like one of these screens. He was like, who started that podcast? That's the worst name for a podcast I've ever seen.
Your dad said that?
Hey, wait, question.
No, but so Sam, Just Two Entrepreneurs, the first one was just me and Sam, right?
Yeah.
And then we bring
Logan
Mullinix on here, this guy right here on the second episode.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether it probably sucked.
I still have the audio, I believe.
Yeah, so we can hopefully we might be able to
We
play
have
a
vlogs
clip on
too.
that.
We have vlogs.
We have vlogs
that show literally in one of these vlogs. I say, Wyatt, what are we doing today? And he goes, I don't really know. It's just crazy in one year.
We still don't know what we're doing.
No,
at least we're
attempting.
not
You're
as
attempting.
bad.
We're
at least
improving.
We're not as bad as we were a year ago.
But we'll see. Like we've mentioned, this time next year we'll be like thinking what we're doing now. It's just stupid. But that's how it goes.
That's life right there.
That's life right there. But
yeah, we've came from the Process podcast interview to Just For Entrepreneurs. Now they're on my show. So
yeah, but back to Just For Entrepreneurs. I wanted to explain how that went for me.
So wait, after the first 2 episodes, I shut it down.
Wyatt shut it down, and
I did not want to do it for some reason. I was like, I'm not feeling this. Like, I don't want to do this.
And of course, I didn't have I daydreamed on it. Was like envisioning all these people out here. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna blow up.
Hold up,
Wyatt and I are about to blow up. And then he hits me up and he's just like, yeah, dude, I think it's over. And like, I remember I was just like sad for like probably a solid week, just sadness of like, it hurt. It did. And so that's where, but I didn't have we don't need to go into stoicism, but I didn't have that philosophy implemented to where think of what could go wrong,
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't know he was so heartbroken over me.
Yeah. I was like, dude, I'm about to pop off. I'm about to pop off because this was the first. When you see this as a podcaster,
Oh yeah,
when you see this, and I just started like because that was like in my mind, I was like law of attraction was hitting, which I believe that did happen. Like,
Right.
why would I just be invited to some event? Just started my podcast, and I see like. Because any podcast kid's like, bro, I gotta have a studio. Oh my god, what is this?
Even when I see this every single day, it still blows my mind.
Still blow, yeah, because it is. This like we've mentioned, this is like 5 years old. If you want to talk about innovation, this is innovation. But yeah, leveled up. And when you see this though, in my own shoes, I thought I was on king of the world, man.
I remember he comes to me. He's telling.
I want to publicly apologize about that. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good. Hey, I needed it, dude. No, I needed that. It was good.
I remember he came to me and he was talking to me about it, and he's like, the first thing, I'm gonna get hundreds of people watching outside.
I said that
to
you?
Yes, I'm gonna get hundreds of people, and it's gonna be amazing, and people are gonna be listening. I'm gonna have people cheering. I'm like, I didn't say it, but I'm like, it's not gonna happen, man, unless like you can really, really, really pop off.
I was really thinking the ads would do the trick. You know,
you have
$50 an episode. What is
okay,
that,
here's the thing, because
I didn't even know how to make an ad account.
Well, that you're doing a podcast. Say I'm doing a podcast. You're doing a podcast. He's doing a podcast. Joe Schmo's over there. Everyone's doing a podcast. So why are they going to listen to yours?
Exactly, dude. I was in La La Land.
Because like even if you look at like big time YouTubers that are having they struggle still. They struggle. They don't make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Some do obviously, but the smaller ones that have 100,000 followers, a couple 100,000 followers on YouTube, they'll say I don't make a lot of money off of this.
Yeah.
Especially how social media is going.
Yeah.
Right.
Just two entrepreneurs.
So just two entrepreneurs.
That was in 2019.
Yeah, that wasn't. Everything was in 2019 for us.
That's crazy. I did do it. Okay, I did it. Okay, I got another thing I did personally. Me and Mullinix, gosh, we went to 15 different businesses and just countless meetings of wasted time.
What'd you guys do?
Trying to sell digital marketing. Man, we met with that here, and here's a tactic. Yeah, here's a tactic. Don't sell to people who don't have money. Don't sell to people who don't need it. Like, don't even do walk-ins. Like, gosh.
How many times did I like tell you that we just wasted our time?
Oh, every time, dude. Every time.
What were the people saying? Like, what was your feedback? I mean, was it business owners?
Every time. We get to the owner.
He was lining up meetings and stuff like that. And because I was already in digital marketing, so I was used to it and whatnot. So I came in to help him and whatnot. Yeah. And then after a certain meeting, I'm like, that was a waste of time. I wouldn't even took that meeting or whatnot because the people just wanted free information pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
How much is the 2 hours later? How much is it going to cost? $2,000, $3,000. I got $50.
I make $50K in a year. My business is general revenue.
Or a lot of people they'll want a service and want a lot for only very, 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 very cheap. And the whole industry, because I was telling you from the start too, it's starting to kind of, you can't charge what you used to be able to charge.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I've learned selling isn't selling personally. Selling is how Cam and I talked about this, where you network or you meet someone through someone, a referral, you build that trust, that relationship, that rapport. It shouldn't be selling, dude.
If you try to straight on, in 2020, if this guy walks up to me on the street and I try to sell to him, he's going to walk away.
Exactly.
You can't sell.
I'm trying to provide what you don't have, what you need. Like, I shouldn't be selling. I'm asking you questions to figure out why you need my services.
I think that's one thing that it was very, very good that you were doing because you were learning, but like you tried selling. But remember,
every time.
I'm not going to say names or anything.
We'll talk about me and the BNI.
All right.
That was bad.
That was just recently.
I'm not going to say names, but remember that
don't name drop.
Restaurant and other business owner where you told me what he said and after the first time I came or whatnot. But he said that I went one time and then there's a second meeting or whatever meeting it was for him that he went again. And the business owner was like, "Where's Logan at?" It wasn't even my client or what. I just went to sit in on almost on it or whatever. I just kind of talked with him and worked with him or whatnot. But
yeah, I mean,
it was all learning.
That's a big thing. That's the big thing I've learned. Right now, I'm trying to. I try to bring people referrals. I try to bring them business. I try to provide value first.
Yes,
and then I build that relationship. And then he's got a co-working space. Yes. He owns a media network. I can start my show with him.
People want to. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. People want value first. They don't want to be sold to. And this was recently. Me and Sam. Yeah. Okay, so me and Sam, story time.
Story time.
We went to a BNI, which if you've ever been to a BNI or a Chamber of Commerce, basically it's a group of people
or business
group
owners.
of business owners / sales reps / people making the decisions that get together on a weekly basis, and the only goal is to bring each other referrals.
Yeah.
So me and Sam go to this thing, and
Yeah, I know, he's been saying that 3 times. Go ahead though. It's fine.
Sorry.
My grammar's not very good either.
So immediately, if you're not a member for the BNI, you only have about
15 seconds.
15 seconds. All you're supposed to do is say your name and what you do. I go off on this tangent. I'm like, I got this studio downtown. If you want to advertise on this TV, I can bring you leads.
It was crazy. Steve was the guy. The guy I work for was just tell him to shut up, Sam.
So I was just selling like crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean, at the time I thought I was like, oh, I'm going to get a couple people off this. And then right immediately afterwards, which obviously it's just a learning experience, immediately afterwards, I'm like, that is the complete opposite of what I should be doing.
Yeah.
I should not. I should just say,
you should go around to people and talk to them about their business. And then when I
should figure out what they do first.
Exactly.
And then I should try to maybe give them free advertising because that's value.
Yeah.
And then if they want to keep it, it's a whole
learning
mindset, which I mean, obviously I'm just learning right now and I'm still like 18 years old, but
you're only 18? You're not 19 yet?
No.
Wow.
But I mean, it was good that I went there and did that. It was good that I messed up for sure.
Tell them about what your that thing that your dad uses. You know what I'm talking about? That thing that he says?
What?
Where he's like, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? Where he's like, I don't know for sure. You have any idea what I'm talking about?
What are you talking about?
Where like your dad's talking to somebody and then he'll
tell him what you always say, where if you can draw it, crowns.
I don't know what either of you.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
Well,
where he's like, he'll say he'll never say he's right because you never want to correct someone. He'll be like, yeah, but you're probably the expert.
Oh, it's because he leaves everything open-ended to where like he can't be proven wrong.
Yes.
That's the main thing.
Okay.
Like if he's talking to somebody, he'll give his opinion, which is for some reason he's always right. I don't know how.
Oh yeah.
But he's right. I mean, he's right about everything. But he'll give his opinion, and then at the very end, and if you know my dad, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. He'll go at the very end. He'll go, but I could be wrong.
But I could be wrong.
He'll say, no, this is the way it is. This is what you got to do. But I could be wrong.
He just does that to make them not feel like he's demanding basically
right.
telling them to
and he's
do
not
something.
making him. I feel like when saying that little couple words, you're not making you the expert.
Exactly.
You're the best
That's
person
all
in
he's
the
doing.
room
Right.
because there's always going to be someone else.
He's not
right,
and he knows that.
True. You never want to tell someone they're wrong. Like in this book I'm listening to, Dale Carnegie, How to Win and Influence Friends. Like literally a story he gave.
That's so weird. Like that just shows you how the book I'm listening to.
Is that book?
No, he's just saying the book I'm listening.
The times have changed. The books I'm reading, it's the book I'm listening to.
Yeah, well,
the book I'm watching.
The book I'm feeling.
And that book is so old, dude. But yeah, it basically explains like they were in a meeting and this guy said something that was just totally not right, and he just like agreed with him because it's like nobody wants to be told they're wrong. Right. So, but yeah. But back to 2020 or 2019 review. That's about it, really. Got a job for a gentleman that does digital marketing. Learned a lot from him. Wasted a lot of time.
Honestly, 2019, I would say for me and Sam is a lot of wasted time, but we're learning. That's really it. But
that's really it.
Logan,
go ahead.
Go ahead,
Logan.
2019.
2019, I think, was a fantastic year for me. It was a year of big time growth, personally and business wise. Got to dabble into many different industries with digital marketing. Kind of took it to a new level with digital marketing and things that I created with my agency. And I was able to kind of actually fully dive into something that I truly am passionate about, but also how the times are changing. And I'm always saying this, times are changing so much. I've learned to adapt so much to what's going on in life. And I think that is huge with what I'm doing. And my mindset over the past year and a half has changed so much to, I've said it 50 million times, innovating and creating and doing all of that, and just the mindset in general. And I've really focused on personal self development and narrowing down what I'm doing in life with businesses, starting multiple different streams and cutting partnerships when they need to be cut because they're toxic or they're just not going to work out, and looking towards the future. So, I mean, 2019 was an amazing year. And the biggest thing is it's led me to the point that I'm at today in 2020. And it's got me to the position that's going to take me to the next level in 2020. In 2019, I I really, really, really leveled up. But 2020, I mean, it's literally going to be a wild one I'm going to be doing.
One takeaway, another thing is that I've learned from Logan and the gentleman I work for is as much as you want that quick money, say you sell a website for $2,000, focus on the residuals, month to month value at a smaller price, and then you get more of it, right? You get 100 people at the $1, $10, rather than that one person at that. It's just the simple math. But also in business, when you have someone on a subscription basis, they're psychologically not having to go and purchase that over and over. It's just on repeat.
Right. I want to talk about that real quick.
That's
Before
huge,
I dive
dude.
into my 2019.
Huge.
If you have a business and you have people on a monthly reoccurring membership
Yeah.
or a subscription,
Yep.
it takes away the friction of them walking into your
Having
business
to
or
pay
your
you.
storefront and bringing out $80 or
Yep.
$100 in
Thinking
cash
about it.
and thinking about
Yep.
it's friction.
Yep.
And if you cut out that friction,
Yeah, I got
what
one
you
more
saying?
thing with that.
Yeah, you guys can go. I just wanted to say,
No, it's
that's the thing that people don't understand.
Yep.
people would rather pay $10 a month than pay $100 a year.
Yep.
Like it's almost the same math. They're almost making like paying the same, but they'd
mind
rather
game.
pay more and pay $20 extra a year or whatever. It's just a mind game, and people don't want to. Like if you walk in and have $100 subscription
Yep.
a month, they would rather pay that than go and pay a $750, $800
Yeah.
yearly fee or whatnot. And I have both. I have companies that do both, and you can always have the yearly membership or the lifetime membership and whatnot. And some people will choose it, but a lot of people will actually choose the monthly subscription, even though they're going to pay more.
Well, and that's my other thing. It kind of fits with that, kind of doesn't. But like my aunt told me, because she worked for my dad's business as well, is don't let people think about what they're buying. Because as soon as they, like in another book I was reading,
If
you got to
give
get them,
someone- right.
like if someone comes in, they want a window tint, I try to get them then, right there.
It's
because
hard.
as soon as they go and think about it, they
Right.
may not want to do it. They think about what they have to pay for their kid.
Right.
Like when you got to get them quick. Like as soon as they walk away, and like every time I have people who are like, "Yeah, I'll come back," like they never come back.
And then another
ever.
thing, building off that is if somebody comes in here and they want a co-working space,
Yeah.
and they're kind of 50-50 about it, and if you don't get their number, if you give them your business
Follow-ups
card,
and everything.
Never will follow up with
You'll
you.
never hear from them.
You better get their phone number.
You better get their phone number, and then you better follow up with them a few days after.
Quick.
And it goes a big way, because going off of what you guys are talking about and pressuring, you don't want to pressure someone,
No.
because then they will not come. But at the same time, if
it
you
feels
do
like
give
they're-
them that day or that week, they will most likely not come back.
It's it's just an art, honestly.
It is an art.
It's an art, but yeah, that pressure. Once you feel like you're pressuring them, it feels like you're desperate.
Yep.
All right,
Exactly.
going off your 2019 a little bit more, how did things look for you?
I mean, so much happened. I don't even know like
Was
the
it- was
best way to describe it.
Right.
So, I mean, I graduated high school.
Which is, I mean, it's very impressive, because I started at a young age, but I wish I was 18 myself again. And where you're at, I mean, I started business in high school, and you're very young. I mean, I'm 22 now, and you've got so much to grow at a young age, and it's going to be big things for you.
You got
I
a
think
you got a massive opportunity.
you're
I do
doing
have a
big
massive
already.
opportunity.
Massive opportunity.
I mean, that's the big thing for me is I'm just staring down like there's just like such a big opportunity. Like I feel like, I mean, literally, like I don't have a limit here.
Nope.
And
But you
it's-
do. Here's something Wyatt said to me once was, "quote unquote," I feel like I'm trying to sell air. Remember that? Phone
yeah,
call.
because it's media and it's weird.
It's hard.
And it is hard, but
I'm going to say it again, going back to adapting and innovating how you can change the game.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's what it comes down to.
I would say the big thing for me in 2019, obviously, like I said earlier with me and Sam, wasted a lot of time, but I don't know if that's wasted time
not
because I was
Oh, it's
learning
not.
a lot.
100% not.
I think a big thing for me with 2020 is obvious. This is the only thing I'm worried about is I'm not worried about it anymore because I've gotten a lot better. It's just execution.
Oh yeah.
What I think we all could work on,
matters.
what I think we all could work on, and we can work on it together, and finding structure for each of our businesses and finding out how we can structure our 2020 to capitalize on every little thing that we can do.
I would say the main thing for me was just learning, which that's going to be every year. But just a few things. I started this podcast. I started doing street interviews. I started posting on TikTok. I started
That was big.
I would say. I mean, I would say I probably came out of my shell a little bit, honestly. I graduated high school and then I started to do all this. So I've been doing this for about 7 or 8 months, but obviously it's been a big learning curve. Waste a lot of time. My big thing for 2020 is just executing and not really caring about the. I mean, I'm going to care about the quality, but I just have to care about quantity over quality in terms of how much content I'm pushing out. And my only really thing that I have to think about on a daily basis is how can I like make this the biggest media network in the world, and the only way to do that is to garner attention.
Yep.
So, and how I'll do that in 2020, I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to figure it out. So, I would say, yeah, that's probably my 2019 year in review. Unless you guys got anything else, we can dive into the future events that me and Logan have been working on for Wave 1.
No, I was just going to say attention equals sales.
Yeah, attention's everything. Look at that milkshake. That's not It's getting us thirsty. We're about to head to Starbucks after this. We wouldn't be, disclaimer, we wouldn't be going to Starbucks unless we had gift cards.
We both have gift cards.
Except for Logan. Logan spends the bucks at Starbucks.
He likes that.
Thousands of dollars a year. Like, which doesn't sound like a lot, but like,
That's
if
a
you
lot.
spend $10 a day.
Sounds like a lot.
I know we keep going off tangents, but I watched a video and it was like if people, the average
Just
amount
did
if they
I've
just
seen that.
invested it
I've
and
seen
even
that.
bought the Starbucks app,
Yeah.
how much money would be invested?
He does that problem.
Leading, I have it, but leading into it and spending money on Starbucks, why do people do it? It's easy. It's quick. It's fast.
So
They
is
don't
your
have to.
Keurig at home?
No, I'm not doing work at Starbucks. I'm clicking
It is a little.
4 or 5 buttons, and then hey, my drink's ready.
I think I'm going to buy a Starbucks app because their company, I just love it. Like,
No, their company is their model is
oh, I love their model.
beautiful.
I want to
But
go
there's
to.
there's a few different things. The Starbucks Reserve.
You know, it'd be really cool if one day.
Starbucks?
No, my friends have tried to get me buying into a Starbucks franchise, but one day we go up to Chicago, film a podcast in like a hotel room because I think that'd be really cool.
That would be
or
dope.
whatnot,
That would be
and go to
dope.
the
I
go to
wanna
like the
go to
Starbucks
Chicago.
or whatnot.
Get the
Yeah.
Starbucks Reserve. In
Yeah,
Chicago.
yeah.
What is that? What is
It's
that?
like
It's like a 4 or 5 story Starbucks. It's the world's
we
biggest.
can-
It's like 20,000 square foot.
No way.
2020, because we can literally go for like a weekend and get an Airbnb.
That's what I was gonna
and
say,
it wouldn't
dude.
be that expensive.
Traveling is cheap, dude.
Yeah,
and we're young. We got to do that.
We got to travel. We are young.
Maybe we do put that in one of our months. We go and travel
Traveling
every weekend.
I don't know.
That'd be
No,
a
you
lot.
got to build up your because my big thing like when I was looking into 2020 and 2019, I told myself I'm going to travel once to twice a month, and then now that 2020 got closer, I'm like, that's a lot of time that I'm not.
and money.
It's just vacation. But now, if I am finding a purpose to that travel, if I'm finding a
Yeah.
purpose where I can create content or any of that type of stuff, then it's fine.
But
For sure.
if we go to Chicago or something and we film a podcast, then there's content
Right,
from
right.
us talking about Chicago. For
sure.
So we're not completely just taking
Right?
a
No,
vacation.
no. My whole look at it was when
we
I was
can do
thinking
that.
about it is I can go there and just have vacation. But if I'm going to have a purpose and do work or create something or meet up with other people in the city, because that's also cool where you can meet people in the city
Yeah.
and just build connections that way, then it's valuable and then it's worth it. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Is that a wrap?
No, we're on Wave 1 Connect. Wave
Oh, yeah,
Millionaire
go ahead.
Monday.
Sorry.
This guy's trying to get to the bank for
Yeah,
some reason.
I
Why do you
am.
have to get to the bank?
You got 2 hours.
Because I like money. No, I got. They close at 2. What do you mean?
They close at 2.
They
What
close
bank
at
you
2?
go to? Like
Chase.
what?
I know. Is it 2? I mean, it may have been
They do
12.
not.
So it may,
They do not close at 2.
I swear, I looked up on Google. it
Hurry
said
up.
2.
Figure it out.
No,
All
go
right.
ahead.
All
Talk
right,
about your stuff.
So, Wave 1's obviously the location we're at right now. Wave 1 Media is the network that I'm building.
2 p.m.
And 2 p.m.
Yes, sir.
So, right, like I said, Wave 1's the location, and the main goal is to build people's brands. So, whether you are buying a co-working membership and you have access to an office space and you have access to good relationships and good connections, or you're starting a show with Wave 1 Media. We got about 6 of them right now, but everything has to do with brand and getting attention and growing your brand. So that's kind of what the Wave 1 brand is about. And me and Logan are hosting an event on the 15th. And this will be twice a month. And this is just called Wave 1 Connect. So similar to the BNI or a Chamber of Commerce. But we're going to try to innovate on that and bring people there. get people good connections, if possible, get people referrals, and then like throw in a little bit of like self-help and self-development in there.
Just personal brand building, and maybe you're not the best in one industry, but there might be someone else there that can help you out. So just building that networking, relationships between business owners to business owner, and seeing how the community can grow and just help each other overall while getting those referrals and building business relationships just overall, and just bettering yourself in the entrepreneur community.
Right. So we're branding us basically 1 hour a week to grow your business and grow your brand. And then, so building off that, so that'll be twice a month. And then every quarter, we're going to be doing a Millionaire Monday, which I called it something different last time. And if you came to that event, I appreciate everybody that made it out to that. There was probably about 40 or 50 people at the last one.
It was a good turnout.
It was a good turnout, better than I expected. But basically, we had 3 investors and then we had 4 entrepreneurs pitch their idea, which we're going to be doing that again. We got everything lined up for February 3rd at 7 p.m. So if you can make it out to that, we're going to be doing that every quarter, and then the Wave 1 Connect twice a month. So yeah, super excited for 2020.
I was going to say, have you looked at putting the networking thing on Meetup? Does that cost money? Does that cost money?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I have the app, and I was going to mention that to you and just kind of building it, but
that's always another. What is it? February 3rd?
Yes.
7 p.m.
Yes. For the Millionaire Monday.
Millionaire Monday is February 3rd at 7 p.m. But
that should be good.
Yeah. That's going to be something that's very interesting and something that's a great event for people to come watch other entrepreneurs pitch their idea, and it might even spark other people to start their business.
It's really
idea.
valuable.
I mean, it's valuable and everything. And there's going to be some great content that you guys will be able to watch. Maybe if you're not here in Indianapolis during the event, that you'll be able to watch at a later time. But it's overall going to be a great event that is going to have so much value within it, and it's all free for you. I mean,
shoot, everything's free.
That's not true.
Well, at least
time is valuable
with these 2 events.
But yeah, if you tuned in, we appreciate it. I'm going to be back weekly with this, and then I'm also going to be doing a Street Talk weekly. I'll be posting that later tonight, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, you guys got anything else?
No, sir.
If you want to come to the events on the 15th and the 3rd, make sure you head to thewave1.com/connect RSVP.
All right. We appreciate you guys. Peace out.
It's a wrap.